what's up you guys, After Show Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to the series finale of Arrow. Something's not right here. I'll be a moment. Alright, there we go. I don't know, I feel like I've gone back in time. Is this how I looked in the pilot episode? I think I can do better. What do you think? Season 2 was a while ago. Haven't worn this jacket in a long time. Do I want to be wearing this in the reaction? I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. I'm gonna try again. Now hear me out. Season 3. What do you think? I put extensions in my hair. They're like way longer than my hair is. Yeah? No? I don't think so. Yeah, we have the season 4 outfit I could be wearing. But if I remember correctly, season 4 episode 1 is when we find out that there's going to be a death. And that death ends up being Laurel. And who the hell wants to remember that? Let me try this again. How about this? What do you think? This was season 5. Season 5 was an interesting time. I liked season 5. Needed more Laurel though. I don't think this is what I want to be wearing for the finale though. Let's try again. How about this? I think I wore this earlier this season in the Arrowverse. This was my season 6 premiere outfit. I mean, minus the pinkish hair, the pinkish toned hair. No, not happy with it. The season 7 outfit wasn't too bad. What do you think? I don't know. I don't think this is it yet. You know, I think this is good. What do you think? Right, I hope you enjoyed my little showcase of, I don't know, recreating some of my outfits during the seasons of Arrow. There was surprisingly a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, and I hope that someone got some enjoyment out of it. Anyways, we're finishing Arrow in like this reaction that's happening. This is like, I don't know, it's just really weird. It's always really weird when I'm like finishing a show that I've been doing for such a long time. To give a little bit of context, I asked a question. So this was February 12th, 2018. I asked on YouTube, should I react to the Arrowverse yet? And in the video I talk about, you know, it will be like a year before I'm able to start the show if I do my schedule the way that I wanted to do it. And I was feeling really impatient and I really just wanted to start the show. And this is before I ever like thought of the idea of like binge and release stuff. And most people were like, no, you have too many shows. Finish Buffy and Angel, finish this, finish that. And basically no one was, there was like probably like 10% of you guys were like, yes, start it. And I just remember being a little bit upset. Like, I want to watch the show. You guys telling me not to. You said I got too much on my plate. Well, the joke's on you. I finished the show now. Well, not yet. At the end of this video. And I just remember being like, no, I can do this. Like, there has to be a way for me to do this. And I was like, why don't I just, like, record the first season and then just edit them and then, like, release them once I've got them done. That way it's not really interrupting my schedule or anything. It's just I'm doing them when I have time. And so I believe, what was it? I think I reacted to the whole first season of Arrow, and I was in the middle of reacting to the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, because that's something I wanted to begin at the same time. And I think, I don't know if I might have done Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. first and then Arrow. Honestly, it depends on whether or not I recognized Charles Gunn, Deathlock, Assassin Dude in season 1. You know what? Like, that'll tell you which one I watched first. I don't actually remember. It was so long ago. So yeah, I uploaded the pilot episode on, March 6th, 2018. Currently it's sitting at 122,791 views, which is quite a lot. When you look at, like, the rest of my other content, if you click on, like, most popular, it's my 3rd most popular video on my channel, which is kind of cool. I never did any full reactions to season 1 because at that time, I don't think I had Patreon, and I didn't have a very big hard drive, and I was deleting stuff after reacting to it and editing it. So, yeah. I think from season 2 onwards is when I started doing full reactions and everything, and I was so excited, because, like, I knew the Flash was coming, and the Flash is my favorite superhero. I'm sure you've heard that so many times by now. But, yeah, it's been an amazing journey. Like, the seasons, they haven't all been good. But I've loved this show, and I'm really nervous to, like, say goodbye to it, to be honest. I think season 2 will always have a special place in my heart because it has my favorite Arrow villain in it, which was Manu Bennett's Deathstroke. And we had, like, the introduction of Barry that season. You know, we had Sarah introduced as well, and she's, like, my favorite character on Legends. Season 2 was just so good, so good. I think I really did enjoy season 5 as well. A lot of people think that season 5 is the best season. I disagree, but it is a very good season, and I really did like it. Season 8 might actually be up there as, like, my 3rd favorite of the show, because season 8 has been such a love letter, and I love it so much. I honestly just want to see more Laurel. I can't, if they don't give me enough Laurel content this episode, I'm going to be very sad. More sad than I already am, you know, saying goodbye to a show that I love. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard to say goodbye to Laurel. She needs to know how much I love her. Alright. Right. Let's go over the comments from the last episode. This is gonna be the last time I do this for Arrow. Oof. Alright. The CW made us wait for months before finally letting us know that they had already decided not to greenlight this spin-off long beforehand. Well, that's a bit rude. They could have told you that earlier. I think this was a good opportunity to do a backdoor pilot, given everything has changed because of Crisis, including Dinah not having a scar. it would have made sense to do it beforehand. I'm just going to share my personal opinion that on this. I really liked the idea of the Future Kids having their own spin-off show, and I don't know why they had to integrate the Canaries in there and also stayed quite vague on Dinah's circumstances. Don't know what I think about that. To start a new life in the future? Weird. Yeah, I feel like if you've got like time travelers at your disposal, you'd think that you'd go to them. I don't know. I think Mia deserves the Green Arrow suit just because she's Oliver's daughter. Like, I literally don't need any more reasons, lol, sorry. Fair enough. I liked the episode. I wasn't sure what I thought about the actual spin-off, but I was intrigued to find out. I'll give you my thoughts on why it potentially didn't get picked up. It's in the future, and like everyone is now on Earth Prime. They're all on the same Earth. So I think anything that they did in the future wouldn't have, like, it's like the same thing as like the issue that I had with season 7, where it was like all these characters were revealed to be alive and everything like that. So like, I don't know. I think it would reveal too much about the future, and they couldn't really interact that much, really, with the people that we're following on other shows, if that makes sense. I think it being in the future hurt it. Like, if they were to come back to the present and then have the show be exactly the same, I think that would have worked. But I think it's the fact that it's so far into the future, and like, if you think about it, like they'd have to show off technology that they'd have 40 years from now, and you know, I don't know. I just think it's, I don't know. I hope that made any sense at all. Just for the CW to let us wait almost a whole year to confirm, yeah, by the way, it's not going to happen. Even the actresses themselves were left in the dark for so long, until Kat and Mia moved on to other projects. This made a lot of people upset, because a lot of people were also intrigued to see what happens further, or even if we would have gotten one season close to close this chapter. Yeah, I really hope that in some way, shape, or form they find a way to like conclude what that whole was about, because they left a lot of questions, and I don't like being left with questions. It's even more upsetting that they spend so much time out of Arrow introducing these characters and giving them time instead of more Oliver, especially in the penultimate episode of the show, just to tell us no, it's not happening anymore. That's true. By the way, this was Arrow's most viewed episode of season 8. Really? Why? Okay. And obviously people knew this was going to be a backdoor pilot episode, so people were definitely interested. Sorry for my bad English. I tried, lol. I didn't think there was any bad English in there. You did good. I have bad English. On another note, I laughed so hard when you said, why is Oliver not there? Is it because he's dead? A very good guess though, lol. I said that? Why did I say that? I don't know. I don't know. I actually liked the backdoor pilot a lot and was really looking forward to being able to keep following Mia, Laurel, and Dinah. It really sucks that when everything went on hold for COVID, they decided not to go forward with it. It was actually picked up, and then they changed their minds. We would already have had one season by now. They couldn't have just held off and done it when they started the other shows back up again. But they just up and dropped it. And yet they keep Charmed on the fucking... Oh. I'm not going to throw shade to Charmed. I did just throw shade. I will always do that. I never liked 8 Generations I never liked a Next Generation story, but I really like Mia as the Green Arrow, so I really wanted to see their show, which won't happen now. Also, it's really cool that Mia lived 2 different lives and got memories and skills of both lives. But I really don't like Mia and JJ together. It's weird. Also, how old is JJ? Isn't he much older than Mia? 20? When did they start dating? Okay, let's do the math here. JJ would have been born in season 3, so by season 8 would have been 4 or 5. And then Mia would have just been born. So he's at least 5 years older than her, probably. Also, we didn't see Diggle's daughter. I wonder if she would have been the villain of the show for some reason. I mean, probably, considering the fact that JJ was the villain. So, I don't know, maybe it would have been, like, flipped in a way. I really love that Star City is now one of the safest places because Oliver gave so much for the city. But in every possible future, Star City is destroyed. So, it's nice to see Star City that is modern and safe. Yes, I'm so glad about that because one of the things that really frustrated me was because, like, you know, we go to the future and it doesn't look like he did anything to save the city. Like, it looks like he failed, but I'm glad he didn't by the end of it. JJ would have been 3 to 4 years older than her. Yeah. I thought he was much older, but now I remember before Flashpoint they named their kid Sarah in season 3. Mark Guggenheim said in post-crisis interview that when Steven agreed to a shortened 8th season, he only signed on for 9 episodes, but the CW wanted 10 episodes, so they decided to add a backdoor pilot. Oh, okay. Personally, I thought this had the potential to be a good series. I wanted to see Mia develop more as a character and more time with Laurel and Black Canary. I also understand why it wasn't picked up. Backdoor Pilot wasn't amazing, and it kind of felt like Arrow without Oliver Queen, which a lot of people disliked. Yeah, I understand that, especially since, like, if you think about it, like, in a way, Batwoman has kind of taken over that, you know, that slot where, you know, she's just a vigilante going out saving people, like, during the night and all that kind of stuff, you know. In a way, that spot's already been filled, and to have the same thing again, you know. Making it set in the future means they would have to go to the past every time they wanted to interact with other shows. Yes, that's basically what I said before. To top it all off, Julia Harkavy had been on the show for 3 years already, and Katie Cassidy has been playing Laurel for 8 seasons. Probably won't have been thrilled to be working on another show playing the same character for another 3 to 5 years. Well, I mean, it would have been their decision. They would have been, like, talked to and be like, hey, do you want to be part of the spin-off? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. So I assume that they were happy to do it, you know? I don't know. I would have liked to have seen maybe a season or 2 of it. Not too bad it wasn't picked up. We had to wait 6 months to a year to find out it wasn't. That's ridiculous. So, know that this is the first show that is nearing its end after you started to read the comments in videos. For the last episode, in which video will you read comments for that in another Arrowverse show? I'll be reading your comments after this episode is up, but I mean, I'm probably not going to be reading them in a video because there's no more Arrow to be reading them in, but I will be reading their comments, so just know that. I'll try and respond to them where I can. Yeah. On a parallel Earth somewhere, the real Green Arrow and the Canary show is about one starring Oliver Queen and Laurel Lance, who got hitched and started a family of crime fighters with their kids, Mia and Quentin, or some sappy name like that. Essentially, they're the Incredibles minus some of the superpowers, but plus extra emotional trauma. Am I wrong, or was the Canary hideout the same one from Birds of Prey show, or at least it was meant to look like it? I got the vibe that it looked like the Watchtower from Smallville. I don't know. Knew before the season that this episode was going to be backdoor pilot. Most people did. The studio and actors talked about it a lot leading up to the season. I was interested in it mainly because I like Mia and William. I would quite honestly be happy if Laurel or Dinah was just there to get the story going. I've seen enough of both of their characters. How dare you? You've never seen enough of Laurel. Never. The producers say the only reason it wasn't picked up was COVID. I have no idea if they're telling the truth, but considering all things COVID 100% messed up, I choose to believe them. Personally, I really enjoyed this episode and was really looking forward to Green Arrow and the Canaries. Oh well. If it was going to be called Green Arrow and the Canaries as well, like, I don't know, if you think about it in a way that, like, a new viewer would come in and they would think that Mia is the Green Arrow. And I don't know, there's something kind of uncomfortable about the idea that Oliver Queen, who is the Green Arrow in the comics, his show is titled Arrow and not Green Arrow. However, his daughter, who is not his daughter in the comics, is the Green Arrow in the show and gets a show named Green Arrow and the Canaries. Like, there's something kind of, I don't know, I think they should have named it something different if it were to get picked up. There's just something kind of off-putting about that, I think. I don't know. It was projected long before then, and it was wildly poorly received. For the most part, I rather enjoy at least some aspects. Loved Mia's character and the actress. The episode aired after COVID started. The episode aired 21st of 2020. COVID-19 started in December 2019, or at least that's when it started to be taken seriously. So it wasn't rejected before COVID, but it certainly could still be a lie that COVID was the reason. I was merely saying that the producers gave that as an excuse, which they did. The tweet is still up by Mark Guggenheim's Twitter account. Okay. My opinion is the pilot has a really depressing quality that in the time of COVID might not have been appealing. Plus, I think Arrow had to run its course, and there was a bit of fatigue about this property. Yeah, I understand. Should have left to rest for a few years before attempting a reboot, but a restart, not a reboot, but a restart. Still, CW kept it alive for almost a year before giving the pilot a thumbs down. That was Helena's aunt and uncle. They took over raising Bianca after Helena disappeared. Okay. Guessing Helena's disappearance was going to be a storyline as well. Okay. Alright. When the backdoor pilot was being talked about, I wasn't a fan of the story taking place in 2040. I wanted to see Laurel in 2020, so she would be able to interact with the characters from the other shows. By having it in 2040, you would need a big reason to grab her for a small or big crossover in 2020. Also, I'm curious to know your ranking of the seasons and favorite series moments, maybe in a separate video. I did mention what my favorite season was. Season 2, then Season 5, then Season 8, Season 1, Season 7, Season 3, Season 4, Season 6. I hated the new Team Arrow bullshit. Fuck that shit. Now that you have watched this episode, there was a reason why Earth 1 Laurel was killed off. She ran her course to the point a majority of the fan base came to terms with what they did, that they did the right thing. Mark Guggenheim was right to kill her off. I still don't agree, there could have been a better way to develop her character. We didn't have to kill her. We never had to kill her. If they were good at writing, they didn't have to do that. I'm just saying. She had horrible fighting skills. She was an alcoholic, and Katie's acting skills weren't that great as the version of Laurel, regardless of the writing was good or bad. I don't like the way you're speaking about Laurel. I'm sorry. People got mad that Felicity knocked out Earth 2 Laurel. The biggest issue was Earth 1 Laurel being able to beat up people trained by Raz and Damien Dark. There wasn't enough training to make that make sense. I mean, the same could be said about a lot of things. Like, there's so many characters on the show that I don't believe would be able to take on Oliver, but they still do. To me, Earth 1 Laurel was the doppelganger, and Earth 2 Laurel was the real one. When Mark took over the show and then brought on Beth, Laurel was the true adaptation, of the character. She was a meta, could fight, wasn't weak, wasn't an alcoholic, and most of Katie's acting got better. Her chemistry with our characters was better for me. Well, I mean, you could have made her a meta. You could have made her a meta and have her go down the dark path. Like, her mum was living in Central City. She could have gone to visit her mum when the particle accelerator went off. Boom! She becomes a meta. And then, like, when Sarah gets killed, like, she could go down a really dark path instead of, like... There's so many different ways they could have written her character to be better, but instead they decided to kill her and start again. And I'm not saying that I don't love Earth 2 Laurel, because of course I do. I love all Laurels, okay? But, like, I still don't think it was the right decision to kill off the original Laurel. Did we get something nice in return? Yes. But I feel like that needed to be advocated for. Right? Because I'm fairly certain that, you know, you guys have talked about this before in the past, about the fact that, you know, it was almost like they introduced Dinah, right? Which was very clearly supposed to be the new Black Canary. But that just wasn't working. So they brought, you know, Earth 2 Laurel into it. And then, what do you know? It worked. I don't know. Look, everyone can have their opinions. Damien killing Laurel had to happen just like when Slade killed Moira. Disagree. They didn't have to, but they had to let people know that their threats aren't to be taken lightly. Didn't like this episode that much, but I did like everyone in it and the setting for New Star City in 2040. And I liked all the personalities from the kids from Flash Forwards, and I loved the ending cliffhanger with JJ potentially becoming Deathstroke again. I really liked Charlie Bennett as Deathstroke. In those 3 episodes before the Monitor brought kids to 2019. Maybe it's just the actor, but I didn't really like him in Chicago Fire, and that's the only thing I know him from. Alright. Laurel deserved to be a lead after a fantastic run that she's had the last couple of seasons on Arrow, especially season 8. Yes. You're not wrong. And I know you don't like her, but I like Dinah, and she deserved a proper main character run and storyline. I don't not like Dinah. I just think that she's kind of irrelevant to... It's... Honestly, I'm sorry, but it's kind of like Curtis. Like, they introduced, like, this tech genius, but it was just like a Felicity 2.0, you know? Like, they were fine. It felt like a redundant character that didn't need to be there. That's just how I feel. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. And I love Kat McNamara, and Mia really grew on me over time. And I've always liked William and Connor, and Helena might have showed up, and I was waiting for her to return since season 2. Wow, has it been that long? Wow. And I would have liked to see grown-up Sarah Diggle. Yeah. So even though I didn't really like the ep, I wanted the show to be picked up. Unfortunately, it wasn't, so the cliffhanger remains unresolved until maybe, who knows, Legends might go to 2040 and resolve it. Or when the COVID bullshit is over in like 10 years and the Arrowverse is still going, we might get another big crossover and resolve it. Maybe. Alright. Oliver Queen once said, ending a show is the easy part. The real heroes are the ones who have to keep going. See you on the other side, fruits. Well, that's the last bit of... I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. This is the hard part. Watching the last episode and letting go. Okay. How are you guys going? I'm good. I don't know if I'm ready. Do you think I'll cry? Because I don't actually have tissues. Okay. For the last time, this is going to be Arrow. Let's see how it ends.
After 5 years in hell, I returned home with only one goal: to save my city. For 8 years, I fought alongside brave men and women striving for justice. But then, a crisis came, and I had to become someone else. I had to become something else. I made the ultimate sacrifice, which helped birth an entirely new universe. My friends and family will have to go on without me. And although I have become a specter, there is a part of me that will always be the Green Arrow.
God, look at all the arrows! It's so special.
My children will live. Mom, what are you doing? Thea, I love you.
Why am I seeing this again?
No!
You possess true courage, Moira. I'm truly sorry. You did not pass that on to your son.
This is not what happened. What's going on?
It's just such a strange thing to learn that there's a whole other world, I guess, where I died.
You didn't...
The people that knew my son best tell me that when Oliver
She lives here?
sacrificed himself during the crisis, that somehow he's the reason that everything changed. That the world we're living in right now is a kind of gift from him.
I think we're
Is this another documentary?
It's a hell of a legacy. Not just a city of heroes,
What is that camera angle?
a world of heroes.
When I started this project, it was intended to explore the history and the pitfalls of vigilantism in Star City. I never thought this documentary would have to be retooled to be a memorial.
They keep having people like off to the side.
Oliver and his mission. He always said he would go it alone, and that the mission would never be over. I'm glad he was wrong about the first part.
So what's the plan?
I plan on getting as drunk as humanly possible.
No, I mean after the
This
funeral.
is gonna be like one of the last times I see her. Oh, this is not good.
Vigilantes anymore.
Lance's term ends in April. He's endorsing me to replace him. What about you,
Lance,
D?
as in...
Mayor, for now at least, Lance actually just offered me a promotion to chief of police.
I just don't feel like this is over.
Quentin alive?
You're not reading the same Comstat reports I am.
Finally. What the hell happened?
Jimmy Torello gave me a few problems.
By a few, you mean a dozen men armed with knives?
No, I mean 22 with machetes.
Well, you shouldn't be doing this alone.
You're not ready to go to the field, Diggle.
Yeah,
The
when
list.
I signed on, I told you I was here to keep the body count low. That includes you. What's this?
Next name on the list.
It's the CEO of a beer company. Has to do it to deserve an arrow between the eyes.
The company's a front. He's using his trucks to ferry a very different type of commodity.
Drugs?
People.
You can survive this. Make it home. Right my
Is this
wrongs.
guy gonna survive now?
But you gotta live through this first.
He's dead. Is that what we're doing? We're just keeping everyone alive now.
Survive.
Okay.
Hey.
What the frack?
Sorry.
Sarah!
I didn't mean to scare you. I meant to time portal to your front door, but I guess I overshot the mark a bit.
Time portal?
Yeah, I'm a time traveler, remember?
Why did you time travel here?
Because I'm here to take you to your father's funeral.
So what did Oliver call this thing?
He called it the Mark of Ford.
Right.
I'm nervous about the funeral. You know if Thea's gonna be there?
Imagine both of Oliver's sisters would be there.
I kind of left Thea abruptly.
You're worried about an awkward reunion.
Okay, Emiko's alive.
Well, hey, look at it this way.
Is everyone alive now?
Your Cougar soldiers in the Thanatos Guild. Seeing your ex-girlfriend should be cake.
That's why I'm scared. I don't want her to be my ex-girlfriend.
Well then tell
Once Felicity get to town.
William Clayton, the son of the late hero Oliver Queen, was abducted tonight in his hometown of Central City.
Wait,
the police have been unable
why?
to confirm any suspects in the kidnapping.
He was kidnapped in the future and the past. Oh my god! Ragman! Also Curtis.
I'm sorry about the way that I left.
Ollie's just passed away and William's been kidnapped, so as far as apologies go, your timing's a little not great.
Yay!
I haven't seen this many people down here in a while.
I'm glad. If anything will bring her out, it's William.
Thank you all for coming. Someone very short notice. Oliver made the ultimate sacrifice for his friends and his family. Now part of his family needs our help. This is our most important mission. Suit up.
I never told you why I left.
And you don't need to. I understand you were going through a lot.
Dying, getting resurrected, it gave me a whole new perspective on everything, including you. You know, I got my whole life back, and I realized that I wanted you in it forever and always.
And what does that mean?
It means, will you marry me?
Get out.
Yes. I will answer. Oh my god! He literally got his rags back. Good for him.
It's been a while. Yeah, a while is what it took for these rags to work again. Since then, I've been fighting for justice.
To honor your father.
To honor Oliver.
We've had our differences over the years.
I assumed.
Why?
Of everyone, you're the most like him.
I disagree. Oh, so extra.
Let him go!
Who the hell?
Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
I said, who are you?
You're wearing his hood, you should know.
Oh, is this what's going on in the flashback? Oh, William's always getting kidnapped. Ah. I mean, it's nice that we're getting like a big fight sequence with him for the last time. Ah. Oh, it's literally what Mia just did. On the same roof, probably too.
Sunburn, you have failed this city.
Let him go!
I brought him up here to throw him off. My whole life ended right here.
I don't care.
I thought he was saving me. 8 years in Iron Heights never saved anyone.
Do you kidnap his son? The man who spared your life? I should put this arrow in you right now!
Do it! Go ahead!
No, Oliver Queen didn't kill you, then neither will I. But your ass is going back to prison.
Must be a lot to take in.
That's the understatement of the millennium.
She became a hero.
Well, she had good parents.
Do you?
Oh my gosh, I have the same like kind of hair as Sarah. Oh, it's beautiful.
She might be
It's
here.
poetic.
She's also at home.
Is it just me, or does Newmore seem to like me a lot more than the
Oh
other?
my god, his robot arm.
Yeah, she never really liked you that much. But in her defense, you were a criminal.
I regret nothing. If I never stole your purse, then I never would have met you. And even if you do say no to my proposal, which I really hope you don't. Loving you has changed my life, Thea.
We don't have a lot of time in this life. As long as you promise. If you ever freak out on me like that again, tell me. Instead of just leaving.
Yeah, I can make that promise.
Then yes.
Yes.
I will marry you for her.
Yay! Yay! Laurel!
Hey.
You are alive.
Looking for you.
I was just looking for Dinah. I think she's ghosting me.
Do you have a second to talk? It's about Oliver. Well, not exactly him, but who his sacrifice brought back.
Like me?
And Tommy. And Moira. But not me. Or the other me.
That's so rude.
You're Laurel.
Why?
Resurrection thing.
Yes, we do. You're all of the people who Oliver would have wanted his sacrifice to bring back. And Laurel, she would have been on that list too.
She's so empathetic.
Fixed everything else.
I love her.
Why didn't it fix this too?
I mean, it would just create a doppelganger. Nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Could you imagine 2 Laurels? My dream. Why am I such a freak? When did I get like this? Oh no.
I'm gonna miss this place.
We all will.
He was a good man. He was an honorable person.
Oh my god, Tommy is alive. Oh my
It
god.
makes him, in my book, even more honorable. He stands as a reminder to all of us that anyone can change. So will this.
Oh, they live it here again. Didn't they get blown up or something? What happened to it? I don't know.
So you're from another Earth, is that it?
I know, it's a lot to take in.
Well, I just found out there was a reality where I was dead, so that's the curve I'm grading on these days. Laurel of, well, this Earth. She was my wife.
You got married? Rude. I don't approve. I don't approve.
Strange enough to blow the curve.
Oh.
My condolences on your husband's passing.
I had our marriage erased. Our marriage was Father's perverse joke, which tormented me.
Our father only ever meant for you to have a normal life.
Hey.
Hey!
Thank you for coming. There's nowhere else I'd be. Talia, this is Sarah, my beloved.
She's like, I've kind of moved on. Barry! Oh, I'm so glad that he's here.
He was a good man.
He deserves to be
I was
here.
there at the end, and every day I'm tortured with the thought that I could have done more. Should have done more.
You did everything that you could, Barry.
How could you know that?
Because I know you.
Oh, even Kara's here. Oh, I love it.
Down there, no? The Oliver that I met 8 years ago is not the one that we say goodbye to today. Oliver always told me that in order to save his city, he had to become someone else. He had to become something else. I always thought that meant becoming the Green Arrow. But today I realized that meant becoming a better man. The best man he knew how to be. And he took all of us with him on that journey. He changed everything. Oliver brought heroes into the world. He inspired heroes. He inspired all of us here. I was his brother, and Oliver Queen was mine. Of course, life will go on. It always does. But how? What twists and turns it will take, I can't say. I don't know what the future holds. Except to say, expect the unexpected.
The hell?
Oliver may be gone, but his mission endures. That mission lives on. Oliver lives on in the people he inspired. Some will take that mission to the rest of the world. Maybe even beyond that.
Aww.
Because of the past 8 years has shown us anything. It's that this universe is far bigger than any of us could have dared imagine.
No! Oh my god.
Even if it is a little less bright.
John, are you becoming a Green Lantern? The last fucking episode, what the fuck? Beloved brother, husband, and father, hero of Star City, the Green Arrow.
Where I'm taking you, there is no return.
I have waited a very long time to see him.
Oh my gosh.
Hi. Glad you could finally make it.
This is so nice. I don't have to complain. I just thought that the afterlife would look a little less like your old home.
It's my mom's office. I wanted to be where I first saw you.
That would be in the IT department 7 floors down.
You sure?
You're cute. Too bad you're, dead. Which is honestly a lot worse for you than it is for me.
It's a long story.
I don't like that.
Lucky for us, we have all the time in the world for me to tell it to you.
All right. Hey, what's up, you guys? Quick interruption here. As you are no doubt aware, these past few years have been tough on all of us. And there are some things that none of us can hide from. The cost of living, for instance, food and things like electricity, gas, and water have all gone up, and they continue to go up. Now, I don't really like to advertise this, but in order to afford keeping the lights on, the camera running, and to be able to provide you guys with new content like this very edit, for example, I feel I need to let you guys know about how you can help support the channel and myself. I have a Patreon that if you pledge to, you're helping support the channel, and in return, you can get a vast amount of content that you wouldn't regularly get on YouTube, such as full unedited reactions to my regular content, a ton of other shows and movies that you probably don't even know that I've reacted to. A link to this can be found in the description below, and it really does help the channel by keeping me and my very cute cats alive. Think of the cats. If you're interested, you can also check out our website, which is also linked below. Perhaps there's some shows and movies there that you didn't even know that I reacted to, but you always wanted to see. Please know, pledging is entirely your own choice, of course. You're welcome to stay here on YouTube and wait for the edits to come out. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. More edits are coming. I understand not everyone is in the position to support creators, but any help is welcome. Anyways, thank you for your continued support, whether it's through YouTube or on Patreon. You guys are the best. Now please, enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, well that was Arrow, Season 8, Episode 10. That was... I actually expected to cry. I didn't cry. I don't know how I feel. That was oddly not as emotional as I thought it was going to be. It was really nice to see a lot of old faces. I don't know how I feel about seeing more, I don't know, it was nice to see them, but I think we saw a lot of them during the season, so that seeing them again right now was like, oh, that was nice, I guess. It's interesting that he brought back a lot of different people. I wonder if he brought back anyone else. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, to be honest. It was really good to see Felicity back. I'm not the biggest Felicity shipper, we know this, okay? But I think it would have been an absolute missed opportunity if she wasn't in the episode, and I'm so glad that she was. And I love this show. I'm going to miss this show so much. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys were here from the beginning, I'd like to say thank you. Let me know if you were. Or maybe you just joined last week. I don't know. You guys, I appreciate it. You've come on this journey with me, and there it is. Let me know what you guys thought at the end of this series. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you with the rest of the Arrowverse.